What's up, folks? It's Kenneth here with 100 Years of Wealth, StreamHomeLoan.com. Just wanted to check in with you guys, drop some information off that hopefully can bring some value. I'm reporting live from the backyard right now. As you can see, my backyard has an epic downtown view, and a beautiful palm tree there in the mix as well. We also got a nice fountain pumping. But yeah, so this video, how to become a mortgage broker, right? Maybe that's of interest to you. Maybe you've thought about it. Maybe you've considered getting to the mortgage industry and you just wonder a little bit about how that works and what type of income you can make, what type of success you can have. So I'm gonna walk and talk for a moment and just kind of like give you a little background into my path to becoming a mortgage broker, how I run my company, the ups and downs related to that, the pros and cons, and hopefully it's just enough information to, give you more than what you knew, and maybe give you some guidance on how to actually start a career as a mortgage broker. So I personally got started in the mortgage industry back in, a very long time ago. It's been probably like 20 years now. So like 2003, close to 20 years. And I started off as a loan officer. At that time, loan officers did not require a license. So you can literally, if you had some sales experience, you can go into like these call center environments, companies that, had a big office with a bunch of agents in there driving inbound traffic to your phones. And if you had some sales experience, you can usually talk your way into an entry-level position as like a loan officer. At that time, prior to getting licenses, it was easier to do. Obviously now they want you to either already have a license or have some experience so that they feel confident and comfortable paying for your license process. But it varies, different companies, different situations. So I started off back in like 2003, 2004, working for a company called Ditech.com. I was in-house. I was working in their call center, basically answering calls from all over the country, from people that were seeing TV advertisements that wanted to refinance. At that same time, I was actually getting my real estate license, and here in California, in order to become a broker, you would need to have your real estate license. So back then, even though I hadn't really thought about progressing to the point of wanting to become a actual licensed broker and having my own company, I wanted to be involved in real estate. So that's the reason why I got my real estate license. That's why I was working on my real estate license. So during the time that my real estate license was processing, I went ahead and I was, talking to different people that were in the industry, and I had a friend that pulled me in and said, hey, you can come and check out this opportunity that we have at Ditech, where we're getting inbound calls, and it's an easy situation as a loan officer. Whoa, what the hell was that? So I went and checked that out while my real estate license was processing, and next thing you know, I got into loans, and it was flowing. This was 2003 during like the largest, one of the initial large refinance booms that was going on in the country, and deals were flowing, inbound calls were coming in, so things were rolling, and it was a good setup. I stayed operating as a loan officer even after I got my real estate license, because I just felt like maybe there was just more transactions going on with loans at the time, and I was young. I wasn't that focused, I guess, enough to really go after real estate, because I feel like with real estate, if you're out there as an independent real estate agent, you got to be really focused. And as a loan officer, I was just kind of getting deals sent my way at that time. So it worked for my experience level in the industry. So stayed operating as a loan officer even once I got my real estate license. And then I went from working in the call center environment, where I was working in-house at companies that were sending me deals, to working at like a broker shop, where as a broker, and the differences there too are, as a broker, you're working with different lenders, while at these direct lenders, you're literally working with one company, one set of guidelines, one operation, while as a broker, you're working with whatever lender can get your loan done. So you're learning more about the industry, you're learning more about how different lenders operate, and that was my precursor to going from working for a broker to working independently, meaning that there's companies out there where they're like my company, where it's a broker, they're there for support, they're there to help you out, but it's really an independent operation where the agent is pretty much handling the majority of the transaction. The agent is outsourcing or sourcing the lender and finding out which program is going to work, and the agent is also pretty much handling processing, whether you're connecting with a processor or handling the processing on your own. So I ended up going from call center environment to the broker environment, and then to the independent broker environment, where I was pretty much out there working on my own, generating my own business transactions, generating my own leads, sourcing my own lenders, or not my own lenders, but working with the lenders directly, and then also connecting with processors directly, right? So after years of working on the independent side and just basically saying, okay, look, I'm pretty much doing everything on my own already, let me go ahead and get my broker's license. That way I can offer a similar setup to other agents and add some things that make it better, because you don't want to just do something the exact same as someone else. You want to figure out a way to improve on it and offer some sort of benefit to the agents that are going to be working with you. So that's what I did. I started my own company, I got my broker's license in 2018, started my own company, and really set it up to be similar to what I was already doing, my setup as an independent loan officer, but adding different benefits for new agents, adding a more attractive retail front for the agent, so that their clients can benefit, and their clients can see that their agent is working for like a big reputable company. Not necessarily big, but a reputable company that is, online and has like a visual front, while the company I was working with before really didn't have that like online presence. So I did that. So I got my broker's license. After I got my broker's license, I made sure that the loan officer side was connected, where I got my company license. So before I was just an individual loan officer with an individual license. Then I ended up needing to get a company license after I got my broker's license, set that up, and then from there I started creating the relationships with the different lenders that I work with now. So fill out the application to become an affiliated broker, and after I had a handful of relationships, I started going after recruiting individual loan officers to work within the company. So the way I did that was your standard methods of outreach, Craigslist job postings, Indeed.com job postings. Back then Monster.com was still going on, and a lot of different job postings, but paying money with these different services to be connected directly to agents that were open and looking for a new broker operation, or looking for their place, the first place to hang their license. So after I established the company and started recruiting agents, next thing you know, I went from 0 agents to having at one point over 30 loan officers within the company. So that's just kind of like a basic overview. It's not that hard to establish your own company, your own broker shop. There's a bunch of little tedious, annoying steps that happen along the way that are really that's the grind, right? Like getting through all the little BS, filing all the different documents that you have to file, waiting for the regulator to get back with you. All those little things are all the little annoyances that aren't written in the application process, that take a long time and can be a real headache. But my attitude is always, look, you already know what the objective is, you already know what the goal is, you already know what the benefit is of completing the objective. So even if there's some headaches during the process, just push right through it and you shall get there. But in the state of California, the simplicity is apply for your real estate license, so that you can have you apply for your real estate license and apply for your NMLS license, which is the National Mortgage Licensing System. Once you have that, you're basically a real estate agent as well as a loan officer. After 2 years of experience as a real estate agent, you can apply for your broker's license, as long as you have like certain experience documented and I don't know exactly if there's a certain amount of transactions that you have to have, but they do require you to document your transaction history, or they require your current broker to document that. After you have that, you could submit your broker's application and then get a test date. Broker's test is a lot harder than the agent's test, but if you study hard, you should be able to pass it. After you pass your broker's exam, you submit the application, and you should be granted your license shortly after that. And then on the mortgage loan side, then you would, submit to the NMLS, let them know that you are now a broker and you like to establish a company account. It's not really hard. There's just little steps that you have to take in between then, and then the sky is the limit, depending on how you want to brand, depending on how you want to market. If you want to have a setup where agents are only being charged a flat fee to close transactions under you, or if you want to have like an in-house situation where you're providing certain things to the agents, therefore you're getting a larger split off of their commission, etc. But it's not hard, it's doable. Just takes a little time and planning, and you too could be a mortgage broker running your own company and giving people opportunity to make money. That's really what I did, and that's one of the passion sides of the business for me. I like the idea that I'm running a company where people can come in and really maximize their income based on their efforts. So that's what it is. Like, subscribe, 100 Years of Wealth. Tell me what you think of the crib. Tell me what you think of the view. Tell me what you think of the fountain. We got these little tarps up for now. They were just kind of like throwing up there for the 4th of July, but they provide some shade for us. But these are temporary. I'm gonna end up setting it up a lot nicer back here as we get further settled in. But hey, like, subscribe, 100 Years of Wealth. More videos to come. We're taking this channel to the top. I need you to subscribe though, and don't be a hater. Subscribe, get more content. If there's any video on here that didn't actually provide value, point it out. Let me know, because I'm only here to provide actual good information that supports your growth. Stay up. Have a great day.